Okay. So let's see what we can do about helping out against this siege here.
It takes more than a siege to stop me.
So I took a little break in between the last video and this one. Partly because I wanted to do a bit more research into what we would be expecting here, since this, of course, is uncharted territory for me, but then again, this entire game is uncharted territory. With the exception of, you know, looking up what some others have done in playing this, or talking about playing this. So, I was rather curious. Because after all, the thing is, even though this is Resurrected, you know, the version of Diablo 2, obviously, that doesn't necessarily mean that some aspects were entirely changed for this. For example, this is obviously the expansion. Now, the reason I bring that up is because usually when an expansion comes out, when it's done so with the gameplay in mind, the developers will sometimes take the expectation that you have been playing this for the past year, basically just playing through it because there was nothing else to do in this game, because adventure mode was not a thing in this game compared to how it is in Diablo 3. It's actually one of my favorite features of Diablo 3, adventure mode, and the fact that it's not in this game, you know, that was all about, hey, just go through the story mode over and over and over. Now, maybe that's a change that they've made with the online stuff, with the ladder mode and all that stuff. I don't know. I haven't checked that out yet, so I don't know. But the point I'm trying to get at here is that they would have expected you to have been playing this game for the past year, working on your character, getting them leveled up and such, you know, so that way you could be able to deal with what would be coming up here in, say, this expansion and this act, because from what I've heard, in this act, a lot of things are just outright stronger. Because the game has expected you to have gotten your character leveled up and more geared, so that way when you get to this act, you are ready to go, at least when the expansion first came out. Not necessarily in terms of making a new character and going straight from Act 4 to Act 5, but let's just say you have been playing baseline vanilla Diablo 2 for the past year, and then Lord Destruction comes out, so you pick it up and you're excited, oh yeah, here we go. And all of a sudden things start hitting you really, really, really hard. Even though you have been playing this game for the past year and have gotten your character all leveled and geared. But that's kind of what the game expected from you. So it's like, okay, we're going to now hit you with stronger enemies in general in order to be able to make up for that. You know, to accommodate that, so that way you're not necessarily one-shotting everything in sight. That's kind of the expectation here. Now, in terms of the story and the lore, well, that can make sense, because the idea is that this is supposed to be the main host army for Baal. Like his absolute best army that he would have amassed and brought here to help out against, you know, in his task of trying to come here to Ariat and take the World Stone. Of course, he would summon his strongest army to help him do that. That makes a lot of sense. Now, that's how it was back in the day of the original version of this game. I don't know if that's the same case here in this version. So far, it seems to be going well. I'm not taking too much damage, and my golem seems to be holding his own very well. By the way, you probably noticed I went ahead and changed a couple pieces of gear. Just to be more thematic, because you guys know how much I love being thematic. Oh my gosh, they're throwing poison at us. Wonderful. Oh gosh, if I have to head back because this poison won't go away. Well. Okay then. This keeps up. I may have to actually waste a... Oh, okay, here we go. The poison... It actually wore off. Okay, look. Alright, so we gotta take care of this catapult here. But you'll notice I swapped out the Bardiche, is that what you call it? For a pick here. This set pick here, Tancred's Crowbill, a military pick. Which I figure a Necromancer would substitute for a scythe if he can't get a scythe. He's like, I'll go and use this one. And the Bone Shield that I got earlier because Bone Shield. Plus I like, it's got extra resistance and defense, and the fact that I could cast a free Frost Nova when hit. That seems pretty nice. Be able to freeze enemies just by getting hit. Okay, sure. I'm with it. Now, from what I've also heard, some of the story aspects in terms of the quests and such are actually relatively short and can be done pretty fast if you know exactly where you're going and what you're doing, and if you're just kind of speed running and not really focusing on clearing as much of the area as you want to, or leveling or whatever. The difference is that while the story and the quests may be pretty straightforward and quick, the terrain and the real estate here in this expansion, this act, is actually pretty large. In other words, we have a lot of ground to cover in this expansion. Like this field here, the quest here may be pretty straightforward, but it's a pretty large area. So yeah, we may be doing a little bit more running around than we really have been doing before, but that's because there's just such a bigger ground to cover here than there was before. Notice the Frost Nova that went off when I got hit. What I like about this is that it shows that we are actually helping out these barbarians. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing that much damage right now, but hopefully I'm getting some decent survivability. Especially with my Blood Golem just constantly healing me with his attacks, so... So, in case you're wondering, this is what Act 5 looked like back in the day. I heard one person say that they weren't really too fond of how it looked. There was just something about the way that this looked in Act 5 compared to the rest of the game that just looked a little off to them. I'm not really sure what to think of that, considering that, obviously, a year later... the idea was that Blizz was trying to get better at doing this and had tried to make some improvements on the game in comparison to the original release version, as an expansion usually does. Obviously, you guys can probably guess that I think that Resurrected has really helped make this just more detailed and such. By the way, I did restock up on all my potions. Kinda needed to after using up all of them against Diablo. Alright. And now we've got gremlins! Just curious about these. I'm gonna drop that. I mean, it's still... The fact that it increases the damage, or I'm sorry, the defense, based on my level, just keeps making it stronger than other things I could find. Seems pretty nice, honestly. Oh gosh, poison. Ugh. No! Stop with the poison! Stop it! Hold on, antidote. Just go ahead and quickly Google. There we go. Ah, my Merc is fine. He can keep healing himself. Alright, let's get rid of this catapult. I like how it makes a point of saying that the catapult is immune to poison. Of course it is. It's a catapult. Do you really think we need to be told that poison can't damage a catapult? Just saying. I mean, come on, Blizz. That's like you telling us that PvP is, you know, attacking another player leaves you open to another player, as if you would ever do that. Wait. If you saw the recent Microsoft showcase when they talked about Diablo 4, you'll probably know what I'm referencing. That was a little irritating when I heard them say that. I was like, really? You think we're that dumb? That we can't understand or figure out what PvP is? Like, trying to explain what's going on with your product is one thing. Talking down to your consumers as if you think they are, you know, too stupid to figure things out is another thing. Well, we are certainly taking care of all these catapults. We have to kill Shank the Overseer, wherever he is. A rune. Ooh. Really? We're still in the Bloody Foothills, by the way. This is what I'm talking about. Look how big this area already is. This is what I'm talking about when I heard that the real estate in this act is really large. Oh, wow. Super healing potions! Yep, definitely better than the greater ones. Even though my health is not that big. I like how it shows that these guys are just straight up like barbarians that we would play. Alright. Gotta increase my strength to be able to get to a point where I can wield a... There's another sword. I was like, that seems kind of fitting. Buff my blood golem again. Ow. Stupid catapults. Oh my gosh. Golem! Merc! Get over here! I'm hoping these barbarians are at least doing some damage. This guy just walked away. You saw that? He's just chilling over here while this other barbarian is fighting for his life. Aid your fellow barbarian! Another catapult. Well, when they said this was a siege, they weren't kidding. Come on, barbarian, help me out. What's the matter with you? Look at those spikes underneath. You see that? That little attack that they send through the ground to hit me? And did you see how much damage it did? That's kind of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about how hard the enemies in this act are supposed to hit in comparison to enemies in the rest of the game. Ow. Man, those death maulers. They are not pleasant. Hey, Merc, you want to stop standing there and actually do something to help? There you go. Well, my blood golem seems to be doing just fine. Gosh, I just want the catapults to stop. Keep hitting me with fire and poison. Stop it! Ow! Out of my way. Yeah, this is kind of what I was... I even debated actually just doing all this off camera for you guys because, well, as you can see, this is kind of boring to watch, I'm sure. This is kind of stuff I would just be like, alright, I'm just going to go ahead and run through this area off camera and kind of find what I need, but again, considering this is my first time playing this game, I'm still kind of like, okay, let's see, where do I go? I honestly don't know where the guy I'm supposed to take down to stop the siege is. Oh, I guess there he is. Quest log updated. I'm guessing he's... Yep, there he is, right there. Extra strong. Hey, Merc, get up here. Idiot. I mean, if you're not going to help do damage, at least just keep doing your healing aura to keep me and my blood golem alive. Because I'm pretty sure my blood golem is going to be, like, the reason we get through this. Get through this, excuse me. Oh my gosh, they're kamikaze units. They're just fanatic enslaved. They're blowing themselves up. Oh boy, here he comes. There we go. Go talk to Larzuk.
My, what a messy little demon.
Huh. Wow. Died and just had everything just explode there. My goodness, how many catapults? And there's a rune back there. Alright, I could teleport, but the next area is supposed to have a waypoint, so maybe we'll just move forward and try to find that waypoint and use that to go back. The Frigid Highlands, yep. Find the soldiers in the Frigid Highlands.
You're an even greater warrior than I expected. Sorry for underestimating you. As a token of my appreciation, I will craft sockets into an item of your choosing. And from now on, you'll get the best price for all my wares.
Okay. So we can actually have him add sockets to our items. Wow. See, then I have to remember, like, what does what and what type of item. It's the same thing that we go through in Diablo 3 as well. We're trying to go, okay, if, like, I put that there because of that, so... If I was to add a socket, say, to my weapon, a type of damage, or to the armor piece, shield, huh? Don't have that many skulls. I mean, that regen seems nice. Attacker takes damage. Dexterity, poison damage. Poisonmancer. Fire damage, more life. Attack rating, strength, defense. Special jewels. Jewels? I miss Covetous Shen. Perfect Sapphire. I'd probably want to rather use that on my, my Sorceress. Damage to undead. That seems very Necromancer. I wonder what it costs.
Afternoon.
Oh, he only does that once. Okay, so it's like a free favor kind of thing. Like, yeah, I'll go ahead and put it on there for once. Only once. Well, in that case, I'm now kind of like, well, I've made my choice, I guess. Oh well. Life stolen. Cold damage. Lightning damage. Fire damage. Poison damage. Actually, hold on. Because... Flawless Emerald. 60 poison damage over 6 seconds. Don't have another skull that I could be able to... Oh, that's a flawless skull. Let's go ahead and do that. Just so I can get back to, you know, being the PapaNeeks. First quest done. Alright, so now let's go around and ask about these soldiers. I guess no?
Every day, one of my friends dies fighting outside the town walls, while I tend my anvil here unscathed. If only we didn't need weapons so badly, I could be out doing my share of the fighting. Good luck to you, warrior.
Thanks. So, Ariat Plateau, Crystalline Passage, Glacial Trail, Halls of Pain, Frozen Tundra, Ancient's Way, Worldstone Keep.
Good day.
Nothing to say about that.
My concerns have turned to my men taken prisoner on the battlefield by Baal's demons. I hate to think what's happened to them. As you journey up the mountain, keep your eyes open for my soldiers and bring them back to me if you can.
Alright, I'll try.
I know firsthand that captivity is a sad fate for a man. Find them quickly.
Needlethawk.
You have proven you can take life, warrior. But can you save it as well?
Wrong way.
Good afternoon. Qualkek's men have been in prison for some time. They are certain to be tired and weak. You must protect them once you free them.
I crafted the swords and armor for Qualkek's men. They were like brothers to me. I can't imagine the pain they must be suffering. Save them if you can.
Alright, that's exactly what we will try to do when we come back. Stay tuned.